You spend hours pouring your heart into a long video only to watch your viewers click away within the first 10 seconds. You have likely devoured every tutorial online and tested every thumbnail trick in the book, yet people are still bouncing. I completely understand that frustration. But in this video, I am going to walk you through 5 editing rules that top creators use to actually keep people watching. We will also cover those tiny, often overlooked mistakes that quietly destroy your retention rates. On top of that, I will show you how tools like Vizard can make this entire workflow way less painful and much faster. Rule number 1 is simple. You have to control the pace of your edit just like a skilled storyteller. Ask yourself, are you cutting with rapid-fire precision? Or are you letting the edit breathe when the moment calls for it? On social media platforms, I often default to fast cuts where there is absolutely no silence and zero dead air. The goal there is to cram as much value or entertainment into the shortest possible span of time. Is it always pretty to look at? Maybe not, but is it effective at capturing attention? Usually yes. However, here is the secret. Fast does not automatically equal better in every single scenario. Fast cuts just answer the modern attention economy because people want maximum content in minimal time. That said, real pacing is about making a conscious choice, not just racing to the finish line. So, when should you actually slow things down for your audience? A tutorial video requires a specific rhythm where you move quick enough to keep momentum, but slow enough for people to actually learn. If your content is very advice-heavy, you need to slow it down so your viewers can actually take notes or pause to process the information. On the flip side, entertainment channels often ride at full speed, but they strategically pause for emotional moments or big reveals. That interruption in the rhythm is a powerful pattern break that keeps the viewer engaged. Now, this is where tools like Vizard really start to matter for your workflow. If you are repurposing a long live stream into shorts, you do not have to manually hunt for every single good moment. Vizard's auto-editing can scan the long file, find those high-energy beats, and give you ready-to-post clips immediately. It is not a replacement for your creative taste, but it saves you hours of grunt work. Moving on to Rule 2. Every medium in your video must belong together. Great editors are not just slicing clips, they are effectively mixing camera footage, motion graphics, and stock elements. Lumping a dozen assets together without any cohesion just ends up looking sloppy to the viewer. It is very tempting to grab the flashiest templates, but if the colors and lighting do not match, the pieces fight instead of sing. Vizard helps here too, suggesting B-roll that actually fits the tone of your video, which dramatically trims the grunt work. Rule 3 is simple. Make every single frame beautiful. If someone pauses your video at any random frame, that frame should feel intentional. You do not have to be a professional cinematographer, but you do need to make the shot read clearly to the viewer. Think like a designer, not just a cutter, and focus on alignment, hierarchy, and contrast. Great frames increase your perceived production value and keep people watching even when the content is dense. Rule 4. Motion design should always serve the story. Motion is a tool, not a trophy. So do not chase the latest animation trend just because it looks slick. If your animation doesn't clarify an idea or drive emotion, it is just noise. When presenting complex data, turn it into a clean animated chart that is easy to understand. The animation must always answer, does this make it easier to understand, or does it make the story more engaging? Moving to our final rule, Rule 5. Sound design is the invisible glue that holds everything together. Everything can look crisp, but if the audio disagrees with the energy, viewers will leave immediately. Vocals should be clean with low reverb because people forgive shaky video, but they never forgive rough sound. Music and sound effects should be used to shape the mood and the timing of your cuts. Layering subtle ambiances under a scene gives it depth, and those little things make a big difference. When repurposing content, Vizard can normalize voice levels and give you output that is already balanced for platform specs. That doesn't replace careful mixing, but it puts you leagues ahead of doing absolutely everything from scratch. Always remember to A/B test your pacing and thumbnails to see what actually performs best. Use captions and on-screen emphasis because most viewers these days watch videos on mute. Editing is really just part craft and part empathy for your audience. The best editors anticipate what the viewer wants before they even know they want it. If you want a faster workflow for turning long videos into short, publish-ready clips, Look into tools that combine smart selection with scheduling. They do not replace your unique taste, but they make scaling content realistic without burning you out. Stick around if you want to see how I would repurpose a 60-minute talk into 5 killer shorts. Trust me, once you nail these 5 rules, retention stops being a mystery and starts being a repeatable science. Alright, it is time to cut some footage, so let's get to work.